Once upon a time, there was a kingdom where a very handsome and brave prince lived. His name was Prince Simon. He was wise, strong, and full of courage. At the young age of 25, he ruled his kingdom with great skill and justice. No one dared to even look toward Prince Simon's kingdom with bad intentions. He was very successful in life, respected by everyone, but he was still not married. One night, Prince Simon was sleeping in his soft, silk-covered bed when he saw a dream. In his dream, an old man with a shining, glowing face appeared. The old man was wearing white clothes and looked like an angel. He said to Simon, "Your true love is in great danger. You must save her." As soon as the old man said this, the prince woke up suddenly. He was covered in sweat. He drank some water, stood up, and went to the balcony. He kept thinking about the dream. What could it mean? When morning came, Prince Simon got busy with his daily royal duties and slowly forgot about the dream. But that night, when he lay down to sleep again, he saw the same old man in his dream. The man said the same words once more. Prince Simon woke up again, surprised and confused. Now, this started happening every night. Finally, the prince decided to call a wise dream interpreter to the palace. He told the man about his dream. The dream interpreter said, "Far away, beyond a green forest, there are blue hills. Inside a cave there, a princess has been captured by a genie." Prince Simon said, "But what does that have to do with me?" The dream interpreter replied, "Fate has written that princess into your destiny. She is meant to be your wife, and only you can save her, because there is no one as brave as you in all the kingdoms." The prince said to the dream interpreter, "Do you really think I can fight a genie?" The dream interpreter replied, "The appearance of that glowing old man in your dream is no ordinary thing. It is a sign from destiny. You only need to make up your mind to begin the journey. The path will appear by itself." Prince Simon then prepared for his journey and set out toward the forest. In the forest, a white hawk landed on the prince's shoulder. Then it began to circle around him, spreading its bright wings. After a moment, the hawk started flying ahead of the prince, as if showing him the way. The prince understood the sign and began to follow the hawk. He went to blue caves that spewed fire and finally reached a kingdom that no one in the world knew about. It was midnight. The moon was shining brightly in the sky, and the palace was silent. At that very moment, the white hawk spread its wings and sat on the window of a magnificent room. Simon's curious eyes started peeking inside the window. In this room was not of an ordinary girl, but of Princess Aurora. The curtains were moving in the wind, and a dim light was shining from inside. He saw Princess Aurora for the first time there. She was standing in the light, a very beautiful girl, as if moonlight had taken human form. Her soft hair was waving in the wind, and her face was full of innocence, like moonlight fallen on earth. When the curtains moved in the wind, Aurora looked up in surprise. Her eyes stopped at the same window where a strange prince was standing. In the dim light, she saw Simon for the first time. There was a glow of courage and softness in his eyes, and a decency on his face, as if destiny itself had sent him. A strange feeling arose in Princess Aurora's heart, something that had never happened before. She thought with a beating heart, "Is this the one my heart was waiting to see for years? Why does this stranger seem so familiar?" A soft smile appeared on her lips. Prince Simon forgot to breathe for a moment. His heart started beating fast, as if time had stopped and there was only one thing left in the world: Aurora's clear eyes and the smile that spread light. His heart whispered for the first time, "This is the love I was shown in my dreams. This is the princess who is my destiny." A smile appeared on Simon's lips, but the next moment that smile turned into fear. When the clock on the wall struck 12, Aurora turned into a glass statue. Her face, her smile, everything froze in time. Simon's heart stopped. He could not believe his eyes. He said in a trembling voice, "Oh God, what is this magic? How did the princess become a statue of glass?" At that very moment, there was a heavy echo in the air. The window of the room opened loudly, and a scary genie appeared. Red fire was coming out of his eyes, and his height was touching the ceiling. The genie laughed and said, "This Princess Aurora is mine. I will turn her into a glass statue like this every night until she marries me." Saying this, he lifted the glass statue into the air with his magical hands. A storm of light spread in the room, and the next moment, the statue of the princess disappeared with the genie. Prince Simon was watching everything with awe. Anger and helplessness were clear in his eyes. He said in a slow but strong voice, "No, I will not let this happen. I will free Aurora from the captivity of this cruel creature, even if I have to sacrifice my life." At that moment, Simon realized that he was not seeing a dream or story. He was standing in front of a terrible reality. Princess Aurora's glass statue disappeared in a flash of light. When she appeared again, she was standing in the middle of a dark, scary fort. The walls of the fort touched the sky. Thorny vines were wrapped around them, and there was darkness all around. A strange whispering sound filled the air, like thousands of hidden voices. Suddenly, the statue started to break, and the princess turned back into her human form. But she was so weak that she fell on the ground. The genie laughed and said, "This is your new home, princess. Every night your body will turn into glass until you agree to marry me. And one day, you will become a stone statue forever." Aurora's eyes filled with tears. She said in a trembling voice, "I will never marry a cruel person like you." The fire of anger burned in his eyes. The next morning, Prince Simon went to the court of his palace and looked through old library books. In the old stories, he read that to reach the fort of the genie, one must pass through 7 valleys, and in every valley, there is a deadly test. Simon girded his sword, prepared his horse, and looking at the sky said, "Aurora, I am coming. Even if I have to go through darkness, cross rivers of fire, or give my life, I will free you." Prince Simon set out toward the magical fort of the genie. On his brave journey, the eagle showed him the way. He passed through thorny forests, poisonous snakes, and rivers with no bridges. But his sword, faith, and courage helped him win every challenge. Finally, he reached the fort that stood as high as the clouds. The walls of the fort spewed fire, and the guards were stone monsters. Simon blocked their attacks with his shield and reached the fort's gate. As soon as he entered, magic torches lit up, and the darkness disappeared. Inside the fort, behind a glass wall, Princess Aurora was imprisoned. She was looking out with sad eyes. The genie smiled and said, "This is your princess, Simon, but I will not let you get her. If you try to come close, I will turn her into a stone statue." Prince Simon's eyes stayed fixed on Aurora behind the glass wall. Only one thought was echoing in his heart: "I have to save her, even if I lose my life." The genie laughed and said, "This wall is the strongest magical wall in the world. No sword, no power can break it." Prince Simon took out his sword and attacked the wall with all his strength. But instead of breaking, the wall burst into flames. Simon's shield was scorched, but he did not step back. He attacked again and again, but the wall grew stronger each time. Then Simon remembered the old man from his dream. Its whisper echoed, "Love is the greatest weapon." Simon put down his sword, closed his eyes, and knelt before the wall to pray. Every prayer from his heart turned into light and touched the wall. Tears started falling from Aurora's eyes. As soon as the first tear fell on the ground, a crack appeared in the wall. When the second tear fell, a bright light spread. Simon got up, placed his hands on the glass, and said, "Aurora, my love is stronger than this wall. Suddenly, the whole wall turned into light and broke into pieces. The princess was free and fell straight into Simon's arms. As soon as Simon held her delicate hand, the genie screamed in anger and cut off the princess's head with his sword. The whole palace shook. Simon ran like a madman and picked up Aurora's head in his hands. Tears fell from his eyes onto her beautiful face. As soon as the first tear fell, a ray of light appeared. When the second drop fell, the princess's head slowly joined her body again. In a few moments, the princess breathed and opened her eyes. She was alive again. At that moment, the genie's magic broke. Smoke rose from his body, and he disappeared into the sky like a black cloud, screaming. The prince held Aurora, who had returned from the edge of death, tightly in his arms, as if afraid she might disappear again. Their tears mixed together in silence, but their hearts spoke everything. This was the moment when love defeated both death and magic. The prince gently touched her hair and said, "I have seen the pain of losing you. Now I will never leave you again." When the king saw his daughter return safely, he shed tears of joy and hugged Simon, saying, "You not only saved my daughter but also freed the entire kingdom from the genie's magic." And in this way, Simon and Aurora were married with great celebration and joy. If you enjoy this story, please like my video and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you.